Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Happy National Pierogi Day again. We're doing a second pierogi review, but we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I might just be wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? It happens to be my Ventana shirt, which I love this fucking shirt. It's super cool. It's pretty much like a quintessential, like, heavy metal style shirt. You know, it's black and very cool lettering and, just cool graphics. What is Ventana, though? Ventana is a four-piece, sort of offshoot industrial metal, new metal-ish kind of band. They've definitely had quite a few sort of, like, style changes as they've gone along, but they definitely sort of fit within that sort of industrial metal sort of moniker. And like I said, they're often kind of associated with the band Mushroomhead because a number of their members have been in both bands at various times. These days they're on kind of a quasi hiatus, but they do play a show here or there. I'd love to see them come back in full force, man. I really, really love them. I got into them back in the MySpace days, and I've just been a fan ever since. I've seen them live a couple of times. Sadly, I don't have any videos of those because just, smartphones weren't really a thing at that time. So unless you had a camcorder, I guess you could do it with a flip phone to some extent. But I think they're an awesome band. If you happen to be interested at all, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're badass. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? National Pierogi Day! Yay! So yeah, I became aware of National Pierogi Day's existence a couple days ago, the time I'm doing this. Follow lots of different food places on my Facebook feed and, Instagram and shit like that. And it was just one of those things where, I was following along and then I saw some posts like, hey, it's coming, it's National Pierogi Day. And I was like, oh, damn! As soon as I knew there was a National Pierogi Day, I knew there was only one place that I absolutely had to hit up for National Pierogi Day. What is said place, folks? Well, I've reviewed some stuff from here before. It happens to be, boom! It's the Tata's Pierogi, which is a very cool local establishment that specializes in pierogies and other food of that general sort of region. What with it being a local establishment, by the way, it's going to end up on my Eating Out Illinois playlist, which is a playlist for just local spots. And I just got through reviewing some bacon, cheddar, and potato pierogi from them. But I was looking through their menu, and they had something that intrigued me. So what is it, folks? It happens to be... boom! It's chocolate pierogi! Oh, God. They're just... let's try to get a thing for the thing while we can. I don't know how well it's going to go. Oh, no! We'll kind of do like this, maybe? No, that's not going to look good. Here. Maybe like the... nope. Alright, we can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, maybe that'll work better. We'll figure out. But yeah, I did not realize that, like, sweet pierogies were a thing. Like, I've never had them before. Definitely not chocolate pierogies. So, I figured, let's give it a shot. Let's see what's going on with this. Chocolate pierogi. Oh my God, holy shit, that's good. I managed to get so much chocolate flavor in that. Seriously, like, the initial experience was really nice to begin with, because it basically starts with the thing that, they do best, or at least, that I've had the, most and actually only experience with, which is their pierogi. And their pierogies are great. They're buttery, they're melt in your mouth, they're absolutely delicious. Like, they've got that part nailed down. But then, once they sort of, once the outer pierogi exterior melted away, and that was delicious in and of itself, then you got to like the innards, the chocolate. And like, it just hit so hard. Like, I've literally still got a flavor of it in my mouth right now. That is excellent. It just bursts open. And it's just like a rush of chocolate flavor. That is insanely amazing. Again, I didn't realize that you could do this with pierogi. I mean, it makes sense functionally, but and there's like different layers to the chocolate experience. You have certain parts of it where it's a little bit lighter, more like a cocoa kind of flavor. But then, again, once it really breaks open, you get that interior. It's almost like a chocolate lava cake, where once you get to that squishy, ooey gooey inside, that's when you really get hit with the flavor. These are fucking awesome. And the thing is, I was a little bit worried because it's chocolate on chocolate. I like chocolate, clearly. This is a man who likes some chocolate. But at the same time, obviously too much chocolate, it can be a bit overdoing it, But because you have different chocolate experiences, different layers of flavor going on, it doesn't feel like it's too much. It feels like a perfectly balanced experience because on the one hand, like I said, you have a lighter chocolate flavor. It's a little bit more a little bit more, I don't want to say ethereal, but it's a little bit lighter. I was trying to think of a fancy word for it and I fumbled. But it's a little bit lighter. It's a little bit just kind of more of a smoother experience, a little bit more mellow. And then, again, once you really get into it and you just get that hit, that's some, oh, yes. That is so fucking good. Boy, oh boy, I'm having a good day. All right, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get him again? Would I recommend him? Absolutely and abso-fucking-lutely. I think these are, again, this is one of the great things about doing the show. Not only do I get to go over there and try out new restaurants, I get to, share my experience with people and stuff. But on top of that, sometimes I get to try stuff that's just completely new to me. And this is a perfect example of that. And not only would I get these again, because I think they're awesome, and I think they're a really cool, sweet culinary experience that, again, I've never personally had before, but yes. I'm going to go a little bit further, and if you watch my channel, you might know what's coming. I'm going to call these the business. And if you don't know what that means, when I refer to something as being the business, that means that, for me, it's functionally a perfect item, You could maybe tweak it a little bit here or there, do what you have to do with it, but when it comes to just the overall of what it is, it's just pretty much a perfectly solid thing. And that's what I really feel with these. Like, these took me on a flavor journey that I was not expecting, could not have anticipated, and, at the end of the day, I feel more rewarded for having experienced, and, this is a really cool thing. So, absolutely, they definitely get that distinction, for whatever it's worth. And if I'm recommending them, I'm absolutely recommending these, because I think that these are something that are just, again, at least for me personally, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there like, Brandon, you're an idiot. Of course, sweet pierogies are a thing. First of all, dial it back, folks. But, it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know how many people are associated with, the sweeter side of pierogi. And I think that if you're only going in for the savory ones, you're missing out, because these are exceptional. And these aren't the only sweet version that they had. They had other flavors and stuff. This was just the one that I honed in on. I think, I've tried 3 things from Tata's menu now. And I think that every single one of them I've had has been fantastic. I think that they're clearly doing a very good job. And then, again, to go from a more traditional style pierogi, again, with the bacon, cheddar, and potato, to then going to this, it shows that not only are they very good at what they do, but they also have like a great wealth of versatility, and that they're able to go over there and put out, consistent quality amongst that versatility. And I mean, I really do have to hand it to Tata's. Like, I think, for me personally, in terms of pierogi spots, I mean, not that there's like a ton of them or anything, in my immediate area, but in terms of pierogies that I've had, I mean, they're some of the very best. Outside of like, and I mentioned this like the first time I went to Tata's, outside of like maybe like homemade ones that I've had, from like family members, on kind of sort of the Polish side of things. And even then, these would give those a run for their money. So, but 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year, folks. Go over there themselves a truly National Pierogi Day-tastic rest of your life, because National Pierogi Day. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, are you familiar with sweet pierogies? Is it like, am I just the world's biggest idiot? It's entirely, well, no, that's not true. I was going to say it's entirely possible, but no. I've met enough people in my life where clearly I am not king of that particular pile. But, I might rank higher than I'd like to think. But yeah, is it a thing? Like, clearly it's a thing, but like, how widespread is it? Because like I said, I actually have Polish, sort of married in family members and stuff. They never brought over this. So, but anyway, let me know your experiences with pierogi. I'd be really interested to hear about it. Anyway.